I never forgave you. Diana's childhood was filled with love and warmth, with her mother being the center of her universe. From the time she was born until she turned 10, they shared an unbreakable bond. But that blissful life came to a shattering halt when her mother died under mysterious circumstances. Her father, consumed by grief, left the house for hours, leaving Diana to process the devastating loss on her own. Late one night, she awoke to the sounds of a heated argument between her parents. Curiosity and fear drove her to the mezzanine, where she peered down into the living room. There, she witnessed her mother in a fierce altercation with a man dressed entirely in black. The stranger seemed familiar to her mother, but before she drew her last breath, she weakly called out her father's name. The possibility that he could be responsible for her mother's death loomed heavily in Diana's heart. After her mother's tragic passing, Diana was thrust into the unforgiving world of foster care. Her innocence was robbed, and she endured unspeakable abuse at the hands of those who were supposed to protect her. The scars on her body were nothing compared to the emotional wounds that never seemed to heal. But Diana was resilient, holding on to a burning desire for revenge against those who had caused her immense suffering and robbed her of the love she cherished. The years rolled by, and at the age of 25, Diana saw an opportunity to seek retribution. She knew there would be no forgiveness for those who had caused her so much pain, for their crimes against her were unforgivable. She meticulously planned her vengeance, driven by the belief that she had nothing left to lose. The day of reckoning arrived. And Diana confronted her cruel foster parents and their unearthly children, who were a reflection of the horrors they had perpetrated. She had endured years of imprisonment, hunger, and thirst at their hands. But today, the tables had turned, and vengeance was hers to take. As she stood face to face with the heartless father named Charlie, the memories of her mother's death resurfaced. Anguishn anger surged through her veins, fueling her determination to make him pay for his heinous crime. Charlie's attempts at justifying his actions fell on deaf ears. Diana could never forgive him for the pain he had inflicted upon her and the life he had stolen from her mother. In a chilling moment, Diana whispered, "I never forgave you," as she took her final revenge on Charlie. But instead of succumbing to the same darkness that had consumed him, she chose a path that offered a powerful, thought-provoking moral. Diana realized that holding on to vengeance had consumed her for years, and now, with her revenge achieved, she felt an emptiness within. She had become what she despised most in the world, a harbinger of pain and suffering. The realization dawned upon her that the true path to healing was not through revenge, but through forgiveness. Diana broke the cycle of hate, realizing that forgiveness didn't excuse the actions of those who had wronged her. Instead, it set her free from the chains of bitterness, allowing her to reclaim her life. In that moment of clarity, she decided to use her experiences to create a better world. She would dedicate herself to helping those who had suffered as she had, breaking the chains of abuse and hatred. In the end, Diana learned that forgiveness was not about absolving others of their sins, but about liberating oneself from the burden of carrying hatred. She had found her peace, knowing that the best revenge against darkness was to be a beacon of light and compassion. And so, she chose a different path. A path of love and forgiveness, determined to ensure that no one would suffer as she had. As Diana walked away from the haunting remnants of her past, she vowed to never let vengeance consume her again, becoming a testament to the transformative power of forgiveness and the strength of the human spirit.